necessarily want to conceal, but still wants to bring brightness without it looking like makeup. So like a no makeup makeup. So we're lightly tapping that in place, and now we're gonna let it do its thing and dry. So another place that you can apply this is the T-zone area, if you like to brighten any areas down the center of the nose, above the Cupid's bow, and on the chin. Let's put a little there just to see what it looks like. So again, because it does have these warmer undertones, it helps to brighten without it looking gray on the tone. And this is available in 5 different shades. So light, light medium, medium, medium tan, medium deep, and deep. So there is something for everyone and a very easy product to use. Feeling
wow. Guys, wow. You saw how dark I was.
All right, so now let's set it, right? So another concern, and again, if you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand. Another concern that I often am asked about is, okay, great, I've applied my concealer. How do I set it so it doesn't move, right, without it looking cakey? So I'm a big fan of using a puff, yes, but not necessarily immediately under the eyes, because what happens is, remember, this has a lot of moisture in it, so it'll grab the powder and it'll tend to look heavy right away. This is our newest product. This is the Tinted Pressed Powder, True to Myself Tinted Pressed Powder. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, actually I'm gonna take this one here. This is the shade Buff. Using a fluffy brush, go ahead and turn that way a little. Just gonna tap to remove any areas that may be creased. And then we're gonna lightly tap this product over the concealer to help set it. Now this powder is really great for anyone that's concerned with looking crepey or creasing underneath the eyes because it's talc free. So talc usually tends to create, it helps to build a product so it can give you more coverage. It creates more opacity. This is going to help set your product without adding any texture to your skin. So it's gonna continue to look fresh, but it's going to help hold the product in place a little longer so you don't have to worry about it moving throughout the day. All right, so we're gonna just apply that again in that area. As you can see, you can immediately see the difference, and it also helps to smooth texture, which I really love. It's a product that you can use on its own. You can use it to set your makeup. You can use it for touch-ups. And no matter how many times you apply it, you can touch up multiple times throughout the day, but because it's talc-free, it's never gonna look cakey, which is something that we really love. All right, and for those of you that do love a puff, I love a puff too, and we have a new Rare Beauty one, which I'm really excited about, such a beautiful luxe puff. This then I would use, and I learned this trick from Hung, who is Selena's makeup artist, and we did the Oscar de la Renta show together, and this was the product that we used on all the models. And so what he likes to do is he'll dust it like I just did with a loose brush. Then we'll take the puff, and then we'll really mattify in the areas where we want to add a little extra, almost like a velvety finish to the skin. And that's usually around the nose, right? We don't want too much shine around the nose, underneath the eyes, in the center of the forehead. So what this is doing, it's elevating your skin. So yes, we have a glow, but we're creating dimension, but it still looks like her, which is our goal. And we're using the puff just to mattify. You can see instantly when you use a puff, it takes down the shine even more. All right, so I feel like your skin is looking great. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Good, I'm glad. All right, and then now we're gonna add some color too, because of course we're known for the Soft Finish Liquid Blush. And all of you, I believe, received Joy. So I'm gonna show you how you can use Joy, which is it's actually one of our most popular shades, one of Selena's favorites. Multiple ways to use this. So you can actually take this is the mini, by the way. We do have a holiday mini set that's out now. All of our holiday sets are out. So something to look out for when shopping at Sephora. So you can use it directly by pressing it onto the skin and then blending it out. But because we've done all this beautiful work and we want to keep the coverage, sometimes when you put it on directly to the skin and then you're blending it out, guess what happens to the product underneath? It'll start to move a bit, right? So what I do instead is I'll take it on the back of my hand, and if you have any blush questions, please feel free to share. I love to hear them. I'm gonna take my blush brush, pick it up, And remember, we're not blending, we're gonna tap it in place. And when you tap it in place, it really helps to build the color, and it's not gonna move any of that beautiful concealer that we just applied. Where do you place it? Go ahead and smile. On the apple of your cheek, up towards the top of your ear. That creates more of an angled application. That's the way Selena likes to wear her blush because she has fuller cheeks, so she likes to create a little bit more of an angle. If you do want to create fullness, then you can smile and just apply it on the apple of the cheek, and that helps to create almost like a youthful appearance. So multiple ways to apply blush. Is there a question? Yeah, please, go ahead.
My name is Maggie.
Hi, Maggie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for being here.
Oh. My question is, can you use it like all over the face? Like, I don't mean like all over the face. The blush.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
You good. On like the lips and like the eyes.
So great question. So this, I always say you can use your products at home however you like. It is not tested for the eyes or the lips, but I have seen incredible makeups online where people have used them. I just can't recommend it to be used on the lips. Something that is beautiful that we're gonna use on the lips a little later is its partner in crime, the Soft Pinch Lip Oil. So this really helps to complement the blush. But I do like your idea of putting it everywhere, and you know why? So sometimes when we put our blush on and we just put it on the apples of our cheeks, sometimes it can look like a blushy look. I've heard blush blindness is a trend right now for those of us that love blush, which I'm all for. But the way to avoid that is to put blush in other areas. So I remember my grandmother putting on her blush and she would just like everywhere, right? So what that does, it helps to hide the color here. Now you're seeing it everywhere and your eyes don't go directly to the apple of the cheek. So going back to that Oscar de la Renta show, the Soft Pinch Blush was something that we used. So we used it on the apple of the cheek. We also threw a little bit, whatever's left on your brush in the temple, and then a little bit on the bridge of the nose, which I also think is a trend right now, like that really beautiful bronzy effect. But look at how that instantly brightened her skin, and it just gave her just enough color, like a whisper of color. You can add more, of course, if you'd like, and we're gonna do that, but we're gonna use a second product. Thank you for your question. Yeah, of course. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of the, this is one of my favorite products. This is the Hope Soft Pinch Powder Blush. So this is a great one. Why would I layer it over the liquid? What is the benefit of that? The key to long wearing makeup is using two different types of textures. So you have your creams and your powders, and it helps to adhere onto the skin. So we're gonna use a little bit of this with a looser brush, and I absolutely love this color. This is called Hope. And what it does, it just helps to create a really healthy glow. So if you are doing your makeup and you feel like, I feel like I'm missing something, adding moisture, adding anything that has a little bit of a reflection to it really helps to create this beautiful, healthy appearance to the skin. This you can apply with your fingertip if you wanted to. Let's do it on this side. For a more natural application, you can use a brush. This is also talc-free, so it's not gonna add texture to the skin. But you can see already, it just gives, let's do a little like side to side action. Oh, there it is. And it's such a beautiful way to elevate your look. You can use each of them on its own, on their own, but I do love the combination of the both because it'll stay on. And then last for your look, we're gonna finish off your look with my favorite lip oil. This is called Delight. And this is a really beautiful product. It goes on like, it feels nice and it has a nice slip to it. It also has menthol, and it just gives you the most beautiful color. It's similar to a watercolor in the sense that the more you layer, the more intense the color gets. And we put this over our Kind Words lip pencil because we did want to add a little bit more definition since her makeup's a little bit more dressed up. It really helps to just give the color more shape. And this is a shade Delight, which works great on all tones. All right, so how are you feeling?
Lovely.
We did that in like 15 minutes.
It. Amazing, guys.
So that is your look. And then I also want to show you on our, let's see, I'll use this brush. Here it is. Okay. I also want to show you how joy can look on a different skin tone. So we're going to take, again, I'm going to show you a different application method, all right? So we're going to apply this directly onto the cheek. So I usually start with 1 or 2 dots. And then what I will do is tap it in place and blend it out. So if you start blending and you over-apply, it has happened, what you can do is flip your brush, use the back side of the brush because it's nice and clean, and wipe off some of the excess. So that's how you can really tone it down. But look at the tone Joy on her. Absolutely gorgeous, same tone and different application. Another way that you can apply this is putting it on your hand, on your, I guess like the what is this called, the pad of your thumb. And so you can place this together. I know it feels a little strange, so I apologize, but you can just smile and just tap it. And that's another way that you could do it. So, so you could do that and then smile and then just tap it onto your cheeks, and it's the easiest way to apply it. So that is another technique, and what I love about, again, these products is that anyone can use them. We do have a Made Accessible initiative where we partnered with Casa Colina, who is a medical institute, to figure out what makes products easy to use. And so a lot of our packaging is inspired by making it accessible for everyone. So we're not only inclusive as far as skin tones and all ages, we're also inclusive in the sense of making sure that products are easy to use, because everyone deserves to feel beautiful, and that's what Rare Beauty is all about. So any questions? Everyone feeling good? And then our last product that we're going to use is, of course, the lip oil. This is the shade Hope, which is another one of my favorites. But you can see it's the same products, 2 completely different looks. And if you wanted to layer them, you could to create something more dressed up. But it really is about feeling good in your skin. And it's not about having to look like someone else. So that's why I say if you're using a product in a certain way and you're wondering if it is the right way, it is the right way as long as you feel good in it. Yes?
Hi, my name's Quinn.
Hi, Quinn.
So for powder, what would you recommend for dry patches? How would you recommend applying?
That's a really great question. So the True to Myself Tinted Pressed Powder, because it is talc-free, it's great for dry skin as well. So it doesn't grab onto any texture. Sometimes if you do have like certain patches, I would avoid putting powder there because you don't really need to set anything, but I would focus more on moisture. So using maybe just the concealer by tapping it in place and letting it set on its own. If you still want to use powder, absolutely you can, but I would use a light application, so softer brushes versus a puff that can really apply more. I hope that answers your question. Yes, please.
Hi, y'all. So the True to Myself powder also has sunflower seed oil in it. So what that's going to do for dry skin is act like saran wrap. It's going to actually lock in that moisture. And for oilier skin types, I know a lot of times they're like, eek, oil. But remember, oil and water, they don't mix, right? But oil and oil do. So it's going to message to your skin to not produce so much oil. So it's wonderful for all skin types, but especially for dry. So it's perfect for you.
Oh, I love that. That's why she's the pro artist. All right, so we're adding one more product because it is one of my favorite. Here we go. The Silky Touch Highlighter. Anyone try this? This is a great product. Again, another talc-free product. So for those of you that want to highlight but maybe are concerned about texture around the eyes, this is talc-free and does not add any texture. So you can actually put this on with your fingertips if you want to create like a lighter application, or you can use a brush. You can wet this product if you really want to go there, if you want a really beautiful highlight. And just so you know, this shade in Exhilarate is what she's wearing on her eyes right over there. So again, different ways to use the same product, 2 different skin tones, and it works great on everyone. So a beautiful shade. And how we used it on her eyes is we used a wet brush and just popped it onto the eyelids, and it really helped to dress up her eyes. So another way to use this. We also put a little bit on the bridge of the nose. That's where Selena likes to highlight. She also likes to highlight the bridge, the Cupid's bow. You can apply a little bit on the chin, but such a beautiful product, easy way to highlight her skin. You know, if you don't want to wear foundation, you don't have to wear foundation, and these go on really smooth. I feel like if you walk away with one thing today is remember to have fun with makeup. It's an accessory, it's something that you play with, but not something that you need to be beautiful, because you're beautiful without makeup. So let's remember that. All right. Any other questions? I also want to remind you, I know there's a question coming up, but I also want to remind you of our Rare Impact Fund, which is our commitment to making a difference in the world by donating 1% of all Rare Beauty sales to the Rare Impact Fund that helps to provide education and resources about mental health. And I'm excited to share that we've been able to raise over $15 million. So if you've ever purchased a Rare Beauty product, we thank you. Yeah, and then we've also been able to impact over 1 million young people all over the world. So that is a big testament to what Selena's all about. She really wants to focus not only on you know, having fun with makeup, but really it's about well-being and having those conversations about mental health and overall well-being. Yes.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
3 beautiful ladies on stage. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Maybe I have blush blindness, but I often have a hard time between my under-eye concealer and a big contrast between that and my blush.
Yeah.
If you had any tips for how to address?
Yeah, great question. So what is really great about putting your concealer on very last is that let's say you've over-applied your blush. Or you have that big contrast. What you can do is go in with a little bit of your concealer and your fingertip and just lightly tap over almost like the edge of where your blush starts. And that really helps to soften and create more of a transition. So that might mean that maybe it needs to be blended a little bit more. So tapping the concealer right over the top, or even using a brush with a little bit of powder on that area, that'll help soften the look of color. Yes, good? All right, well, if there are no other questions, we thank you for being with us today. We hope you enjoy your goodies and enjoy Sephora. Thank you. You look great.
Wow.
Good.
This was so much fun. I promised you a good time. You saw. She delivered. As you're making your way out, you're going to want to go to your right-hand corner. Please get home safe. Thank you for being here, Cynthia. Bye, guys.